Hey there, my name is Tony, and this is Tea Time with Tony, where I interview my pal here, Justin, about franchising, mini donuts, and professional wrestling. Okay. All right, so welcome to the show. My name is Tony Nordine, CEO of Blue Painting, and this is Tea Time with Tony, where we sip tea and we talk to interesting people. Today we are sipping on Tulsi Peppermint by Organic India, and we're talking to Justin Hollins, who's actually a Blue Painting client and also entrepreneur, franchisee of Duck Donuts. Thanks for coming on the show today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Awesome.
Appreciate you.
So to jump into this, before we hop in, I have some questions here. I also will be pulling questions out of this basket here. So these are more curated. We have some that are asked from people online, and then also some that people in the office put in here.
Absolutely.
And then I just have some quick questions to jump in. So to start, why don't you just give me a quick synopsis on your background up until now? Quick 2-minute.
I guess I just started out at Dairy Queen, 16 years, didn't like it, and here I am now.
Really?
Yeah. I asked them where do they see me in 5 years. They didn't give me the answer, so I said I'm gonna take a bet on myself, and here I am today.
So you started working at Dairy Queen?
Yep.
And did you turn into manager or no?
Yep. So I started as honestly just playing football, and then I just started cleaning bathrooms for some money or whatnot. Just cleaning bathrooms a couple hours a day, turned into an employee, then I turned into a shift lead.
So you started cleaning bathrooms at Dairy Queen?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yep. When I was 16 in 2003.
And then you moved into actually getting hired on as an employee.
Yep. After football season was over, they was like, "What are you gonna do?" And I was like, sit down." And they're like, "Won't you just work?" And I was like, "Yeah, that seems like a good idea to me." And started working, and then I turned into a shift lead, and then, shift lead turned into a manager, and then I started traveling for them and helping out other Dairy Queens all over.
Oh, wow.
And then I became a district, and then,
You were a district manager?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yep. I worked my way up to district, and then they didn't tell me what I wanted to hear after being in a district for 5 years, and I was like, all right, have a good day.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, just where do you see me in 5 years? And they just didn't tell me what I wanted to hear. So,
That's
and I
crazy.
wouldn't say what I wanted to hear, more or less like, we see you still district managing, and I just saw something different for myself. So,
How long did you work at Dairy Queen in total?
16 years.
16 years?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
How old are you when you started?
15.
15?
Yep.
Wow. And they just didn't have anything for you?
Well, the goal was to buy one, but I don't have $750,000 just laying around.
That's what they cost?
Yeah, just for the name of Dairy Queen.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we're looking at millions probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you learned a ton about franchising from just working there.
Just from working there. I learned a lot of life experience just from working at Dairy Queen.
Of course.
Having that one job and not job hopping was a good thing for me.
Yeah.
My dad always told me don't be a job hopper, so I was like, well, we'll stay here and see what we got to do.
I think that's really good advice.
Yeah.
Learning as much as you can.
From that one place. It's going to suck some days. You don't want to be there, but why hop jobs? It don't look good on a resume.
Yeah. And it's like you start back at the beginning. You start at the bottom again.
If you go somewhere else, absolutely. You don't get to if I was to leave Dairy Queen, I probably wouldn't have started as a shift lead. I would have had to work my way up or whatever the case may be. So.
Did you enjoy working there?
Yeah, absolutely.
You did?
Yeah, definitely.
So you like work?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
well, I like interacting with customers and talking to people. So.
Yeah. What did you do as a district manager?
I just went on and helped other stores. So, any store that needed help, I would go there, or I would just check and make sure the stores that I had in my district would be run right.
So you'd be circling around in your car,
so
checking on
I fix
people.
machines though. I learned how to do plumbing and put toilets in and urinals.
Oh, wow.
I can. If you brought an ice cream machine in here right now, I probably could still fix it from nothing to build it all the way up.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
absolutely.
wow.
Yep.
So this fryer thing that we're talking about is not that big of a deal.
No. We had to find the problem, and then I can fix it.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
that's where we're at now.
Let's jump into. So next question I was going to ask, how did you get into franchising? So obviously you started as almost the franchisor. You were working for them. Yeah.
So I guess I was always curious because I didn't go to school and get the 4-year and stuff like that, and it was just I see all my friends getting into $80,000, $100,000 in debt by going to the school. So it was let's just work and see where this takes me. How about I just keep working? Just get up and keep working. Yeah, you're sick. I'll go to work sick and have them send me home instead of calling in. Yeah. It just looks bad,
Yeah.
So we'll just, work with our hands and see where that gets me in life. And here I am today.
That's crazy because at the time, 16 years ago, I'm sure it was more people were going to school.
Yes.
Right now, it's less people going to school,
Yeah,
more
but-
people just working, trying
Yeah.
to start a business or
Well,
something.
and one of my best friends, I mean, he's still my good friend, 20 years, but he always worked with his hands. So he always, my dad would always tell me, you ain't never going to be broke if you work with your hands. So, I mean, he does construction and stuff like that, and I tried it, but that's not the life for me. I'm not a construction kind of guy.
Yeah.
I don't want to carry shingles and climb up a ladder and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't.
Bad on your back,
Yeah,
your body.
no, I'm good on that.
Yeah.
I don't need a tan in the summertime, so I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so I'm going to jump into franchise because you didn't really give us why don't you tell me a little more about your, like, getting into Duck Donuts?
Yeah, so basically I left Dairy Queen, and then the guy who, owned it at the time was there eating lunch, and he, heard me being disgruntled and not being happy with my job. And he said, I got something for you. And I was like, everybody says that, Let me go see what this guy's talking about.
Yeah.
And we talked, then, it was one of those things where you work for me for a little bit to see if you can run it. And then after that, all said and done, we signed it over, and here I am today.
So he was the owner of Duck Donuts that you own now.
Yep.
And he was at a Dairy Queen?
He was eating lunch at the Dairy Queen
At
that I
Dairy
was
Queen.
disgruntled at, yeah.
And he heard you disgruntled. He came up to you, and he was probably looking to sell.
Yeah, probably. Or he was just looking for somebody to run one of his stores, too, instead of looking to sell. But I just so happened to be there at that moment in time,
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
And you bought the one, is that this one right here, the Bloomington?
In Mall of America, and then there's one in Woodbury, too. So I got both of the accounts.
Oh, okay,
Yep,
wow.
yep.
So you bought them both from him.
Yep. Basically.
Did you, how did you come up with the money to buy it? At the
Saving.
time? Saving?
Grandma.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, so I was the first, I wouldn't say the first, but I'm one of the ones to do something in family, like go far, do this, do that.
Yep.
And it's just one of those things where grandma was like, I got your back. And that was that.
So so you met this guy. Did you work for him at all before you bought it?
Yep, I worked for him for about 4, maybe 5 months before that happened.
Okay.
And then, because that was the goal, we were going to try to see if I can run the business first before I jump into something that I have no idea. Because basically, this is the second job I've had in my life.
Yeah,
Dairy Queen was the first one.
Wow.
This is the second one. So, I can talk a big game and being like, hey, I did this for Dairy Queen and did all that. But let's see if you put your money where your mouth
Yeah.
is. Like,
Was it
everybody
harder?
can talk.
Was it harder?
No.
No. So being district manager over at Dairy Queen is like basically owning franchises.
Absolutely. You're doing all the work, and the owner sits down and you basically run the store. You just don't have the checkbook to fix stuff and stuff like that, I guess.
Yeah.
You just ask for permission to, like, hey, if the ice cream machine breaks, do I fix it or do I buy another one? Mm-hmm. Which one is it?
What about like the pressure of being the one who now has to make those decisions? Is there any added pressure?
I guess not really, because at the end of the day, you're going to get it done regardless. I mean, yeah, I guess when, all eyes are on you and you don't want to fail, but
Yeah.
this is what you signed up for. So
Yeah.
I guess not
So you
really.
just you wake up at 3 or 2, I guess.
And it
probably.
just doesn't phase me, I guess.
Yeah.
Not at all, because I know what I'm working for. The end goal is going to be, the
Yeah,
end
yeah.
goal is there. The goal is to, at 40 years old, when my daughter's a senior, is to be able to just watch all of her games and go to all of her stuff and not have to worry about clocking in.
What do you plan on? So let's jump to that then. What do you plan on? Do you plan on owning more?
Absolutely.
Buying more?
The goal is to have at least 5.
Okay.
That's the plan.
Okay.
To have at least 5.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's where I want 5 of them.
So you just sold the ice cream shop, right?
The Rita's.
Yep.
Yep. Rita's Italian
That's
Ice.
what we
in
painted,
Eden. Yep.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what the work you guys did for me. Yep.
Yep. Okay. So, tell me a little about that. How do you had a Rita's?
Yep. So the guy who owned the Duck before me had Rita's and Duck Donuts. That was all.
Oh, so he
that was-
sold all of them.
That
The
was
whole
all
portfolio.
that was all one big sale, work for me sale kind of thing.
Wow.
Yep.
That's
and
pretty
then
crazy.
the Rita's, somebody just made me an offer that I just couldn't say no to.
Really?
So I was like, yeah. And then it's easier to focus on just donuts.
How did that happen? So like the guy just walked in and was like, "Hey, I want this," or did you know the guy?
Well, I didn't know the guy. It was just, there's people always calling and inquiring about stuff. People call Duck right now and be like, oh, I heard your business is for sale. I mean, everything's for sale for the right price, and you shoot that to him. And it's like, well, this, that, and the third. I've been looking. I was like, come talk to me. I mean, come sit down, come see what's up. And
So he just called into Rita's.
yep. And I was like, I heard
how-
it's for sale. And I
How
was
long
like,
have you
okay.
owned these for?
So it's been, what, a year and a half now?
A year and a half.
Yep.
So and you just sold Rita's like what, 2 months ago?
Not even. I want to say the sale went final earlier this month.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it just went final.
And you said 6 months? Or no, year and a half. Year and a
Yes.
half. Okay,
Yep.
so a year and a half and you already sold one of them for cash.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Did you expect that to
No,
happen so quick?
not at all. I planned on being there for a good 5, All those kids who I hired and they're 14. I was like, dude, I plan on having you guys till you're 18. But money talks, and it's just one of those things where, do I want to just keep focusing on 2 different businesses, or do I just want to grow Duck Donuts? And let's just focus on Duck.
That makes a lot of sense, yeah.
If I'm going to buy something else, it might just be a laundromat to where I don't have to go and check out it all the time. Just
money
be there.
just comes in, yeah.
So that's where I'm at with it now.
Wow. So this question I wanted to follow up with. That's why I wanted to get into a little more about your franchise. So what type of coaching / support do you get from the franchisor?
A lot.
With Duck.
Anything that I need, they're there. It might take 2 or 3 days, but I get my questions answered. So I get a lot of support from them.
Really?
Yeah, definitely. But
was there training at all?
Yes. Yeah, you got to go to North Carolina to train because that's where headquarters is and stuff like that. So you go out to North Carolina, you see how it's all ran and everything. And then, there's always constant training every day. So always videos to watch or anything like that.
So you try to think of this. So I'm guessing there's a process where you are going to purchase the franchise, but then the franchisor has to check off on you, right?
Yep. They have to make sure I have the assets. They have to make sure, I have the capital to, you got to come up with some type of money. You got to make sure you have that. And then I guess they just make sure you know the business as well, or make sure you know that you're not going to be a car salesman jumping into fast food industry.
So you coming from Dairy Queen probably helped a ton.
They were definitely and Dairy Queen put in a good word. They were like,
oh wow,
Justin is the guy you want. They basically tooted my horn, which is great.
Awesome.
I would have done it myself, but I'm glad that they did it.
Yeah. That's really cool.
They definitely put some, I can't think of the word, but they did it for me.
Yeah. They put in good word.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and then with Rita, so you had Rita and Duck Donuts at the same time. Was there a difference? Could you tell a difference between the franchisor support?
Yeah. Rita's. With Rita's, you didn't get that much support. I'm not gonna lie, and I don't want to really put them on blast.
I don't expect you to.
Definitely, some days were tougher than others. Let's just say that. Some of it is learning on the fly by yourself because your question just didn't get answered in the timely fashion that you wanted. But they got there.
So you had to do training of both. You had to go to Rita's and you had to go to
do training and with Rita's has custard, so it was already like I already know the ice cream.
Oh, okay.
So it was already
a little easier.
Yeah, like cleaning the ice cream machine. I've already done that plenty of times. So I basically was teaching that class. I wouldn't say I taught it, but I was a little more experienced in cleaning ice cream machines, so it was easy for me to get through that part. The only part was the frozen ice because I've never like slushies and stuff like that. I've never dealt with that, but other than that, it was fine. Did
you go to Rita's to learn, or do they just do
some of it was most of it was online just because of what's going on in the world, but you still had the option to go there. I have an 11-year-old, so I didn't really want to be gone for that much long.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you did a lot of online stuff?
Yeah, I did it all online.
Oh, all of it with Rita's?
Yep.
With Duck too? No, you went down
there?
No,
but I went to North Carolina for Duck.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. I'm going to hop into some of these questions, see what we pull out here. A lot of cool questions in here. Let's see which one we get here. Okay, yeah. Why entrepreneurship?
I don't want to work for no one. I just wanted to be able to wake up at 10 o'clock and not have to tell somebody, oh man, I overslept, I'm going to be late. I just want to do me. If I don't want to go to work today, I don't have to.
Yeah.
I don't want to answer to no one. It's always been a goal of mine is to just be my own boss.
Yeah.
So this is the only way to do it.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you with your staff, because I know that I'm sure it must have been tough in this last year finding people.
Oh yeah. Funny story. So when the Mall of America was opening, I literally just went to a high school basketball game and said, "Who wants to work?"
Really?
Hired half the basketball team.
You just walked in there and talked to them?
Yep. Just went in there. It was like, I don't go to school. I have nobody here that I need to be here for. Let me get that out the way first. But then at the end of the day, it's just who wants a job. I'm paying $15 an hour. Who wants a job? There you go.
Yeah.
I know it's your first job.
So you were able to get a lot of people doing it.
Yeah, I was supposed to have 22 when the store opened, and I had 17. So
17 people?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yep. Most of them are, 15 and 16, 17 years old. But hey, it is what it is. And then,
that's a good first job for somebody, though. $15 an hour?
$15 an hour.
I mean, when I was working for hourly wage, I think the highest I got up was $11 an hour.
When I first started at Dairy Queen, I was only making $6.15.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
so you're hiring people at $15 an hour. So that's good.
Yep.
How do you feel like, because you've obviously come from Dairy Queen probably has a pretty good management program, like management training.
Yep.
And so how do you feel like your management style, like what is your management style and how have you learned over the years at managing?
for me, I just listen to all my employees, I guess, with like, if you go somewhere new, you want to listen to what they say, like, how was the old boss or how was the old manager? What did they do? So I make sure I don't do that or whatever. But for me, I just feel like going in there saying hi to everyone on the shift you say hi to, make sure you go up to them and say hi. And then before I leave, I just give everybody a high five. Well, I used to give everybody a high five, with everything now, just give a nice little fist bump in the air and call it a day. But I just let people know I'm there. I'm always there for them. If they call me at midnight, I'll answer my phone. Yeah. I mean, I'm just always there. I have an open door policy,
Yeah.
You can come to me with anything. I don't care. I'll help you out.
What do you do when you go to work, like right now? Like if you were to go in there, do you hold a role or do you just kind of go check on things?
I go in there and check on things, and I make donuts. I mean, I do everything. So, I mean, I'll get down on my hands and knees and scrub the floor with a toothbrush or a scrubby pad to get some stuff up. It is what it is,
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's up to me if this thing's going to succeed or not. It's not up to anyone else or nothing like that. So, yeah.
Do you got to check your phone? Is something going on?
Yeah. Is that cool?
He's gonna answer his phone quick. We'll pause.
Okay.
If you don't mind,
Okay.
so that way it's easier for continuity.
Hello. What's up?
My next question is, let's hop into the issue that's going on right now.
Okay, let's do it. Yeah, absolutely.
We talked about it before a little bit, so
Yeah.
I think for continuity, we can talk about why you had to answer your call.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Just jump in.
Oh yeah, so I mean, the fryers are just being a pain in the, what? It's just, I don't know. I thought I had the problem figured out, but I guess the problem just happened again. So with spraying everything off and getting all the junk out of there, it's just not working. So now I just got to call somebody to come fix it.
So the fryer shut down. It was last night, right?
Yeah.
Or yesterday?
Well, the fryer shut down yesterday. So I would say, and not even, I didn't tell you the best part. So yesterday was National Duck Day. So we sell little rubber duckies.
Oh, no.
So it was buy a half dozen, get a half dozen free, and you get a rubber duck with that half dozen.
It's like the worst day for it to happen.
So we have a line and everything, and the fryer just cut out. It literally just stopped working. I'm like, I don't know. Then it made a loud screeching sound and everything. So I was like, this ain't good.
Yeah.
And shut her down and called it a day. Like, we were able to open for a little bit just now, but I don't think we're going to be open for the day. But I don't want to lose a weekend on it is what I'm going to say.
Yeah. So you'll probably go back there and figure it out after this?
Yeah, we'll get it. Well, I have somebody calling fryer people right now, but I got one person, but the earliest they can come out is Tuesday. And I don't want that to happen because Monday we have a fundraiser and there's supposed to be like 350 people there.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So new stuff, because fryer is not something you knew about. Or no, did you? You guys use fryers at
We use
Dairy
fryers
Queen?
at Dairy Queen. We just didn't use donut fryers. We use different fryers. Like, you have buttons on there. Like, if you put fries in there, you hit number 2 and it'll fry it for 2 minutes and you know what's up. Here, you just watch it and make sure it goes through a conveyor and everything works.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did you go through any of these type of issues at Dairy Queen? The fryer stopped working?
Yeah. With the fryer stopped working at Dairy Queen, with Dairy Queen being a big corporation, they had a book of people you can call. Whereas now I just got to Google somebody and be like, hey,
could you
can
contact your people and see if
at Dairy Queen
and see if they could hook you up?
I have, but they don't work with Dairy Queen or donut fryers.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So
they just don't.
They specialize in the different fryers. They don't work with the donut fryers.
Oh no.
So, yeah.
Yeah, the donut fryer goes down in a donut shop, and that's like the worst thing that could happen.
What else? We don't have donuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like I sell ice cream and breakfast sandwiches, which I do, but nobody's coming there for breakfast sandwich. They're coming there for a donut.
Yeah, that's like us last year. There was a huge paint shortage. So it's like all of a sudden you couldn't buy paint. So it's like, what do? We can't paint.
Yeah.
Literally can't paint.
You guys just hung out for a little bit?
Well, no, we ended up buying. We bought bulk. So I was told that there was going to be a paint shortage because it all happened from in Texas, that big freeze that happened in Texas in March or whatever. So that is where a lot of they manufacture like the raw material for Sherwin-Williams, and basically all paint stores they buy from Texas, and every single plant in Texas had to their pipes literally burst. So like they knew it was coming because they couldn't get raw material. So Sherwin our rep gave us a heads up saying like there's going to be a huge paint shortage. So we ended up buying bulk, like just pallets of paint, so we could keep working. But it was still like it was a game all throughout the year. It's like ordering paint. Like call a store, try to figure out where the paint is.
Yeah, no, it's still like that. I mean, so one of our most popular donuts is vanilla with Oreos. There's an Oreo shortage right now.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of shortages are? I mean, there's always shortages.
There's an Oreo shortage. I'm like, What? What? Oreos?
Just go buy them at the store.
We can go buy them at the store, but the ones that we get are like small enough to put on the donut.
Yeah,
like no, I mean like crushed up. Like if you put them in a blender and they're crushed up, small. So
have you tried making them? Like just go.
Yeah, but then you got to look at that labor, and that's just another person I got to come in just to crush Oreos and stuff like that. Nah, I don't want to pay nobody to do it. I'll do it. It is what it is. So I ordered medium, like they're medium crushed. So now I'm just gonna take a rolling pin and just crush them up.
Put it under something and then roll
just
over them.
Crush them up.
Yeah, you got to get creative.
Yeah. So I mean, I figured if I'm gonna be there fixing fryers, I might as well crush up some Oreos.
Yeah. Cool. I'm gonna hop into something else here. We got some funny ones in here, so maybe this is a funny one. Nope. It's a good one, though. So, do you read?
Do I read?
Yeah.
Not a lot.
You don't read a lot?
Not a lot, no.
So, I'm going to ask you this anyways. What is one book you've read that has had a major impact on your life? If there is one. If not, then what's maybe like a YouTube video or something that you've seen?
I mean, I look at motivational stuff a lot, like quotes and listen to stuff like that, you know, but I guess it's just, don't be scared. Don't be scared to take a leap. I mean, fear. Don't be scared, man.
Take action.
If something's calling you and you feel it in your gut, go for it. What's the worst that can happen? You start over. Big deal.
Yeah.
Big deal. So what? You tried. It didn't work. Let's try something else. Just don't be scared to be like, oh man, I didn't do it. Let's try something else. I guess if you look at it as a lesson instead of a failure, you'll think about it differently. And you want to keep going after it. But if you look at it as a failure, you're gonna stop because you failed at it. But if you look at it as, I did this. If you don't do it again, then you ain't gonna make that mistake again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think of like failure is the only time you can really fail is if you stop. Because if you don't stop, then it is just it's just a bump along the way.
A bump in the road, man. We're always gonna have bumps in the road every day. Fryer, for instance, is a bump in the road, but we're gonna get through it by tomorrow. Even if I have to stay up till 3 a.m. again, so what? If I don't go to sleep and work and open on Saturday, hey, Sunday's another day. Tomorrow is another day. So.
What is like one of the biggest things you've learned just since in the year and a half that you've been running these?
Patience. You can't get mad. Like, I guess patience, and you gotta tell people don't mistake your passion for what you're doing for anger. Like some of the kids, I might get mad at them for being 5 minutes late, but I'm not angry. I'm just passionate about my business. I need you to be here on time. That's why we make a schedule. It's not your time. It's my time. You came to get a job. It's my time. So when I get upset and be like, hey, you're supposed to be here 5 minutes ago, I get it, it's 5 minutes, but I'm passionate about what I do. So, I mean, I don't expect you to have that same passion, no, but I do expect you to come to work on time.
Do you keep employees? Do you have, do you keep the same employees?
I don't know if I should say this on here, but I took a couple people from where I worked before.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I have a good rapport with people and stuff like that because
people like working under you.
I mean, I feel like I want people to want to work for me, and I feel like they have to work for me.
Yeah,
if that makes any sense at all.
I feel that a lot.
I want them to want to be like, man, Justin's here. Yeah, we're gonna have a good day. Not like, oh man, I gotta work with Justin because he's just gonna crack the whip. Yeah, I'm gonna crack the whip, but we're gonna have fun while we do it.
Yeah.
I might order a pizza, but we're still gonna have fun while we eat it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and it's also, I think that's good because like you teach, especially when you have a younger staff, like teaching them work ethic and like discipline and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
It's important in this day and age. Like, not a lot of people have it,
I mean, this day and age, everybody wants to be famous off the internet. Again, your 2 hands, you're gonna
Here
be
we
good,
are
man.
right now.
but see, you guys are still working though, too.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You still got a job, but I mean, I just feel like the internet and social media just puts a little fakeness to life.
It does, yeah, definitely. People think it's so easy to do everything basically, and they don't think that anything should be hard and everything should be.
You got to start from the ground up. You got to start somewhere. Somewhere. I mean, I don't know if anybody listens to Joe Rogan's podcast or anything like that, but he had to start somewhere.
Yeah,
he didn't get this podcast from just.
They were actually talking about it like the first. I haven't seen it, but like the first Joe Rogan podcast is like just super shitty.
Yeah,
like just.
I'm sure.
In a corner somewhere.
But look at him now.
Yeah, I know.
Hard work and just keep going. And
keep going.
I'm sure he made plenty of mistakes while he was doing his podcast. But look at him now. The man's got $100 million on Spotify.
I know, it's crazy. Yeah, I know. It's crazy to think that he comes from Fear Factor. Like, that's just wild.
That's where the man came from. He was hosting a TV show where people were eating ants. Like, who does that?
Yeah.
But now he's got $100 million.
Yeah.
It's not about how you start, man. It's about how you finish.
That's where we're headed here.
Yeah, I can see it. Dude. Absolutely. Absolutely.
There's definitely been some kinks
to
work out here. Okay, yeah. So in the last year or so with the pandemic, what issues have you ran into?
I guess would just be getting my materials on time and just staffing.
Yeah, the supply.
Yeah, getting my materials on time and just having people want to be here and not feel like, oh man, I just have to come to work. Like most of the kids are working because their parents are making them. Mm-hmm. But nah, I want somebody to come in and be like, I want money. Mm-hmm. I only have 3 questions in the interview. It's a donut shop. Can you be here on time? How hard do you want to work? And what are you working for?
Mm-hmm. Those are good questions.
You know, can you be here on time? Yeah. You know, how hard do you work? I mean, do you know how to sweep? Yeah, all right, cool. But what are you here for? All because my mom made me. All right, I'll call you back later. Have a good day. But if you tell me I'm here because I want
They actually
money,
say that in the interview?
absolutely.
My mom made me.
Yeah, I'm only getting a job because my mom made me do it. Oh, all right, cool. All right, well, this is the interview, man. We'll call you, and that's that. There's no point of wasting time. I already can tell that you're not going to work.
Yeah.
You're going to be the kid staring off in the air or twiddling your thumbs, and you know, you're not going to be the one. Oh, the floor's dirty. Let me sweep it before he tells me to do it. Or let me wipe this up before he tells me to do it. I want people to want to take initiative and not be babysat and held their hands.
Yeah, and it probably, I mean, right now it's probably pretty competitive with, I feel like every single, like service industry specifically is like really lacking employees right now.
Yep, absolutely. Because, I mean, they can go down to Taco Bell and get probably a little bit more an hour, but they won't get the same boss. You know what I mean? They won't get the same nothing. So,
what do you do for your recruiting efforts? Obviously, you went to the basketball
Indeed.
game. Indeed.
Yeah.
All Indeed right now?
Yep.
Do you get a lot of...
Answer this one more time.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, I don't.
Okay. Do you get a lot of response off Indeed?
Yeah. I get Indeed ads every day.
Really?
Yep, I get Indeed all the time. Like, there's probably 7 of them that I haven't answered already.
Really?
Just because the Mall of America is already overstaffed.
Oh.
But nobody wants to drive to Woodbury because it's too far. But a lot of people out in Woodbury, again, their parents make them work. So,
yeah,
one of those things. Life goes on. It is what it is. That's why I got most of my brothers. Where I got 9 brothers and sisters. So,
oh wow.
So they held it down for me. So,
yeah. What age range? Pretty crazy household.
Yeah. I'm 33 and my youngest sibling is 13.
Are you the oldest?
Yep.
Oh wow.
I'm the oldest of 9.
Yeah, that must have been a crazy household.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. A lot of spaghetti. A lot of
spaghetti, just big buckets of spaghetti.
A lot of tater tot hot dish. Those 2 things I will not eat till this day.
I used to have a lot of tater tot hot dish.
No,
Are you from Minnesota?
Yes.
Really?
Yep. All my family's from Louisiana, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who taught the tater tot hot dish?
I think my grandma was just living here. They just were like, hey, let's throw a bunch of stuff together, put some tater tots in it. It's tater tot hot dish.
I ate a lot of that shit as a kid. Dude. I haven't eaten it in a long time, but
if I go to a friend's house, I would respectfully decline.
Really?
You guys having spaghetti? I don't know, man. What else you got in there? Give me a chicken strip or something. But I don't want to eat no spaghetti.
That makes sense.
I mean, I don't want to be rude either, so I might have a bite, but dude, I'm not going to enjoy it.
You're just sick of it?
Yeah.
No.
I got to go like another 3 years.
What about lasagna?
Yeah.
You'll eat lasagna.
Yeah,
lasagna's good. I just think of it as like almost like spaghetti in a pan.
No.
It's not.
No.
No, it's good though. It is really good.
Depends. I mean,
it has cheese, so I guess it's not even.
And now the crazy thing is people put sugar in their spaghetti too, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm good on that, man. Have a good day.
Super sweet or?
I don't know.
It
don't taste right. I can tell you that.
Yeah,
it's terrible.
I haven't had spaghetti in a while either. I don't really eat home cooked meals much.
No, not me. I mean, it's just me. It's cheaper for me to go out to eat than buy groceries.
Yeah.
Yeah. And plus, I'm always on the go, so
yeah.
By the time I get home tonight, it'll probably with everything going on.
What do you eat usually out to eat?
I'll probably get a burger or a steak.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I got a good one here. This is a funny one. If you could have any animal as your partner in a cartoon buddy cop movie, what animal would you have? This came from a Facebook post.
Oh, wait. If I can have any
I didn't realize it went on
in a cop. So I'm a cop, and
it's a cartoon.
The animal is my buddy.
Yeah, it's in a cartoon buddy cop movie. So what animal? Yeah, so it's what does that even mean?
You know, like those shows, like it's the buddy cop where it's like it's the grizzled detective and then
so it's like a Shrek and Donkey kind of thing, but with cops.
Yeah.
Like a straight man, and then there's the comedy relief. You know. What
I mean? Yeah, like Ted kind of.
Yeah.
Dude, I definitely would have to say a cheetah.
A cheetah?
Yeah.
You had that ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. It's a fast. If I can't catch him, the cheetah's gonna catch him.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, and who's gonna roll up with a cheetah? And I mean, that's a cheetah for sure.
Oh, that's a good answer.
Yeah,
man.
absolutely.
That's a good one. Yeah. Your friend who posted that will be
Yeah.
surprised and happy that we asked it. So tell me what it's like running multiple businesses with a family to care for.
It's kind of a lot. I mean, there's some nights where I don't see them, I guess, just because I get up before they wake up and I'm home when everybody goes to bed. So, but I mean, for me, I guess my daughter, I get split right now. So she's with her mom and she's with me on the weekends. And sometimes we'll have to go to the store on our time that we have, but she likes it because she gets to make donuts and stuff. So it's not really that bad.
How old
it makes
are-
me look
are
like
your
the cool
kids?
dad. I have a daughter. She's 11.
Oh, you just have one daughter?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
She's 11.
Yep.
She going to be working for you? And
Absolutely. She
Yeah.
has no choice.
Yeah, really?
Unless she goes to school. If she goes to school, then I won't make her do it. But
Yeah.
no, she has a shoe fetish right now, so she's going to be working pretty soon.
Really?
Yeah.
She loves buying shoes?
I don't get it. I don't buy shoes like that.
She
So.
must be on Instagram and looking
Yeah, I
at
mean,
all the
I think she's in the 6th grade and discovering boys now. So I think that's what's going on personally, but we won't go there either.
Does she buy like Jordans and stuff?
No, we will not buy those because those are like $300 a pair.
yeah,
so
yeah.
absolutely not.
Yeah.
No.
That's good. It's not a fryer.
That's what it sounds like.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe somebody downstairs is frying something.
That's definitely what the fryer sounds like right now.
Okay, what's the worst experience you had while at work, and how did you handle it? And this can go back to even Dairy Queen days.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we'll go back to Dairy Queen, man. So we have the blizzard machine and it blends stuff, right? So one of the things is the girls have to put their hair up. They have to put their hair up. Well, this particular girl had her hair up, but it was in like one of those low ponytails or whatever. Let's just say she don't have a ponytail no more. Yeah, she
Ripped her hair out.
She had it on 100, stepped on the pedal, and then as she was trying to wipe it, caught her hair and just ripped it, just scalped her, like bald, bleeding, gushing everywhere. Yeah, man, I don't know what happened to her to this day, but her parents tried. It was a long day.
Not expecting that.
Parents tried to sue and everything, but
I've had some bad days.
they signed a waiver, so we're good. But yeah, man, keep your hair up around the blizzard machine.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Like, does she grow hair still? I wonder.
I don't even know.
Was it like bad? Like
It was
blood
terrible.
everywhere?
It was blood everywhere. Like, shut the store down, clean it up, let me rush you to the hospital, call your mom type deal.
Were you at work when it happened?
Oh yeah, see, I can picture it in my head right now. I still have
man.
nightmares about it.
I'm gonna have nightmares about
Yeah,
it. Like that
yeah.
really
But
took
I mean,
the wind
I
out
got
of me.
another one. Just because let's get
Yeah,
away
let's
from
keep
that.
going. Let's
And
keep
then
going.
so I had an employee who was, putting her 2 weeks in, and she wasn't really happy with everything, and that. So on her last day, she ordered 10 blizzards and started chucking them at customers.
What? What?
She ordered 10 blizzards, mini ones, and just started chucking them at people. Drive through, threw them out the way, and people will walk in. She's just chucking them everywhere. And
That seems like how old was this person?
17.
Oh, okay. That's,
Yeah, 17. I hate this place, and flipped over the ice. Like, she didn't flip over the ice cream machine. She flipped over the blender, and just one of those I'm gonna go out with a bang kind of thing. And
She really hated it.
I didn't know that. I was like, man, if you really didn't like it this much, I would have given you a reference somewhere. You didn't have to chuck blizzards at customers. I think they still get free blizzards to this day, dude.
The customers do?
Oh yeah, absolutely. What else are you supposed to do? Like,
Were you there that day?
no, I took off, and me and my daughter went to get dinner, and then my phone's blowing up. I'm like, they know I'm with you, so I'm gonna just keep hitting decline or whatever, delete or whatever. And finally got a 911 text, and I was like, oh shoot. Answer the phone, and they're like, hey. Like, the customer's like, she just threw a blizzard at me. I'm like, what? This got to be a joke. No.
So the customer knew your number?
Well, they gave the customer my number, so I'm looking at cameras, and lo and behold, she's throwing blizzards.
Did she
at customers.
Did she get in trouble legally?
I called the police and everything, and I don't know what
feel
happened
like
after
she
that.
should,
But
that's messed up.
I definitely tried to call her and was like, hey, I need your, you're not going to get your last check for this. Like, you got to pay for this. She already got it direct deposited, so it was, it was a loss on us.
Oh, man.
So, yeah, it was one of those bullets that you just bite, and you're like, hey, I'll let the owner deal with that. That's one of those things where I wasn't an owner at that time.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Here you go.
Yeah,
But,
that's crazy.
I feel like if people start chucking donuts, people will be happy. So,
Yeah.
I'm not worried about
Unless
that.
they're hot, just out of the fryer, then maybe not.
I mean, no, they won't, but they ain't getting 3rd-degree burns because it's gonna cool down while it's in
yeah,
the air.
yeah. Hopefully they don't.
You never know, man. If I get somebody throwing donuts at people, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
That's crazy though. So she really wanted to go out with a bang, but I just think of that like, no matter how bad your experience is with the work, like you got to be a pretty shitty person to just look somebody in the eyes and then
Throw a blizzard at them. Yeah, absolutely. I think that she's probably a grown woman now, but yeah.
She's probably, that's a funny story.
Yeah.
You should have her on the podcast.
Nah, she might flip your mics over, man, and the table. Forget this, and then all of a sudden you're like, what?
Yeah, she was real. Like,
I mean, I would have given her a $1 raise if she was really that upset. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, I feel like talking to somebody, that's weird. Like that she wouldn't talk to somebody about it.
I don't know. She was probably one foot in, one foot out, whatever.
Yeah, she probably did. She film it or it was literally no?
The customer did. That's how I know really what happened too. The
Really?
customer like sent me a text, and I was like, okay, I can't really see this.
Do you have the video still?
No.
We could. That would go viral. on TikTok
Absolutely.
Right now.
I would definitely, yeah. If I did have it, yeah. Or if it was in that day and age,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. This was how long ago?
I want to say 2017. So,
Okay.
yeah, not too long ago, but
Yeah.
long ago.
Man, if we could get our
Hands on that video.
Yeah.
If
We'd
we
post
do
it.
part 2, then I got you.
Do you think you can get it?
No.
No, you can't. Yeah. We'll still do a part 2. Though. That's funny. No, I'd want to see that. I wouldn't need to post it, but I'd just be
Just want to see it
curious.
to see it.
Yeah,
No.
that's funny that they filmed it.
That's pretty many phones ago.
Yeah. Okay, so what advice would you give someone trying to get into business? So, like hasn't been in business, maybe thinking about it, wanting to be their
I would
own
say
boss.
do your research, and again, don't be scared, man. That just you can't be scared. You can't be scared. If you're thinking about it and your gut's telling you to do it, just do it. What's the worst that can happen? You go back to the working world or the workforce or whatever you want to call it. What's the worst that can happen? Just don't be scared. That 4-letter word, it stops a lot of people from doing things that they really want to do. And when you're 50, you're looking back like, man, what if I would have just
No,
did
what's the
this?
worst that would happen? Yeah. There's literally, I mean, you can't really think of a lot of things that are that bad.
What's the worst that can happen? If you can give me 10 things that's, the worst that can happen, okay. But if you can't give me 10 things, then why are we, try it.
Yeah.
Try it out. What's the worst that can happen? Do it.
And I'm trying to think of so you went to, you were working at Dairy Queen and you didn't quit Dairy Queen until you had already talked to this guy?
Yep.
So you were working there still.
Yep.
You moved right into basically working for the person that then they sold the business.
That was the deal. If you're a man of your word, you're not going to steal me wrong. That's how I looked at it, and we talked to him or whatever. But, excuse me. So before I even left, I talked to this guy and had it all planned out. I wasn't going to leave without a backup plan.
Yeah.
But he seemed pretty legit. Dude's cool. And we had the same name. So it was kind of like, all right, sweet. Let's see what's up.
Really? Yeah, that's cool. So I'm just thinking of that because when I asked that question, what would you tell somebody looking to get into business? I was trying to think where would you be at right now if you were in Dairy Queen? Because that's kind of you were disgruntled. Maybe you asked where do you see me in 5 years?
Yeah.
And then it just so happened that this guy heard you were disgruntled.
Right.
You weren't necessarily gonna quit.
No, well, my friend owns a construction business, so if I really wanted to get out of there, I would have just worked with him. Mm-hmm. But like I told him, I don't want to climb up anything. If you want me to just drive around and get you material, I don't mind doing that. But all that swinging a hammer and a sledgehammer and all that stuff,
Yeah.
count me out, buddy.
Yeah.
I want nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
I don't.
That's crazy though.
Yeah.
So you just had this you knew you didn't want to be with the Dairy Queen anymore.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't say I was burnt out. I was just I was overseeing people doing jobs that I know I could do. And I've been here for 16 years. Give me a chance to fail is what I was getting at. Put me in the office, give me a chance to fail. How do you know if I'm not good if you don't give me a shot?
Yeah.
Well, if you don't want to give me a shot, I'm going to just make my own and take my own shot. Now I can give somebody else a shot.
And that says something about, I think it's big to look at opportunities because I've been big on just taking the next step, always looking in front of you and doing the next thing and not really trying to plan too much, really just do what's right in front of you and then take opportunities as they come up. And you kind of did that. You asked them if where do you see me in 5 years? And then when the next opportunity came up, you jumped into it. And
absolutely.
Here you are. And
yeah.
I think that says a lot about just looking for opportunities and taking them.
Yeah, you can't. Again, when opportunity knocks, dude, you got to take it. You have to. Otherwise, again, somebody's going to take it and have a great success story, or not even success story, but they're happy, and you should have been like, man, that was me. I could have, if I would have just taken that leap, or if I would have just not been scared, I could be sitting there doing that right now.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's crazy. Really cool. Okay, here's another funny one.
what's up?
What would your professional wrestler name be if you were a pro wrestler?
You want to know what's funny? I love pro wrestling.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, so you probably got a name ready.
I do, but we're not going there.
Okay. Let's do the PG version.
I would just cause we'll just say hot chocolate.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yep.
Have you wrestled before?
Yeah, I did in high school.
You wrestled?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yep, I was a wrestler in high school.
You ever do pro wrestling? Like, we're talking, are we talking about
we're talking
fake?
WWE. Yeah,
Do
absolutely.
you ever do that?
Like with my brothers.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
I just know some people that actually had a ring and they would actually put on shows of
No.
wrestling.
If I could though, I would.
Really?
If one of them were to walk in here right now and be like, you want to try this out? I would jump at that right now. Absolutely, because I just watch it all the time,
Yeah.
every day. Yeah.
Really? Every
Monday,
day you watch
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
That's crazy. That was a perfect question.
Yo, I got the app on my phone. Like we could talk wrestling all day.
I wish I could. I can't. I watched it as a kid, but
No, I haven't stopped watching it.
really?
Yeah, one of those things. I'd rather do that than
Where do you grow up in Minnesota?
everywhere.
Really?
Minneapolis,
Minneapolis?
Bloomington.
Bloomington?
I've been in Mounds View.
Where do you go to school?
Champlain Park.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I'm just curious because we're the same age, so
33?
33, yeah.
Okay. You're just taller than me.
Yeah. A little taller. Okay, so here's a good one. What's it like? And I'm curious about this because I've started a business from scratch and didn't do this, and I'm thought about buying businesses, so I'm really curious as this. But what's it like taking over a business that's already started, that's already running?
I mean, it's I would say good and bad. I mean, not to give that kind of answer, but it's good because you're starting a business, but it's bad because those people who are there are probably not going to take on to change very well. And you just, you got to start some things over. You're going to implement some new rules, so you might lose people. So it's that thing too. So
How did that transition go?
it went pretty well because I'm older than all these kids, but I'm still young enough to know what's going on. Like the 20-year-olds and the 17-year-olds, like it wasn't that long ago that I was just doing the same thing you're doing. I tell them, like my dad told me, what you're doing is just a rerun of life. It's the same TV show that I was doing. It's just a repeat episode.
Yeah.
I've done all this and everything that you're doing. So you could take my advice. I can't live for you, but you could take my advice, But it's just one of those things where everybody's scared of change, and change is just, it is what it is,
Follow-up question I was going to ask is, so coming into the business, you had there's already employees there. Like, what was the transition like? Like, you came in, did you already have a list of rules you wanted to set, or
no. So when I
over?
came in, I basically just shadowed him, and they just thought I was a regular employee because he didn't want to let people know what was going on or whatever. So basically, I was just a regular employee watching, and I was just listening to them. How mad are you? Do you like your job? Just asking questions or whatnot. And then once we let them know who I was just like, hey, I have a 3-strike and you're out rule, unless it's something like whatever.
Throwing blizzards at somebody.
Yeah, no, you're out of here. See you later, bye. See you, strike, bye. You're out. But it's just one of those things where I guess you come in and you just do what you got to do. I put my foot down really firmly right away, so they know I don't play no games. I'm a nice guy. I laugh and I like to joke, but we still got to get done, and that's just what it is. I have my rules, I have my list, and this is what I do. Like I allow 5-minute grace period when you come to work. So if you're scheduled at 9, you got until 9:05 to get there, because I know stuff happens or you're running late or whatever. But you got until 9:05. At 9:06, I'm calling you, and I'm gonna write you up because you're late. I already give you 5 minutes. I do my schedule 3 weeks in advance, so you have no reason not to know what your schedule is or try to figure it out.
Yeah. So you came in, you were just basically an employee working there, and they you were just a coworker for them.
Yep.
And then how'd they take the announcement?
Some of them were like, "Oh, I knew something was up," because they were like,
because you're getting extra training.
Well, yeah, that and hold on.
Yeah, you gotta sip that down.
Yeah. That and they were like, how are you gonna live off the salary that they're paying? you know, because they didn't know. They just thought I was, you know, I'm 33 making $11 an hour, let's just say. How are you going to live off $11 an hour?
Yeah.
Excuse me. But they didn't know who I was or whatever, so it didn't really, whatever, you know. It was cool. They were all just like, you could have told us. Well, I couldn't have because you didn't want me to.
So, and then you had the announcement with them. Did he like bring everybody in the company together to announce it, or did
Over
it just
text
like
message.
over text message?
Yeah, over a text.
So there was no like big reveal or anything like that. This isn't like undercover
Boss or anything.
whatever.
No. It was definitely just over a text like, hey, Justin is taking over for Justin, so it's kind of funny. But
Oh yeah, because he has the same name. So he texted everybody, and then you just came in. Did he text them saying I'm selling the business, or he just said you're taking?
He
Did
just
they
said
even
I'm
know?
taking over.
Did they know you own it now?
nuh-uh.
No. Oh wow. It's probably a good way to keep it.
And I like to keep it
Yeah,
that way.
yeah.
Because I don't want people, and I don't want people to just, you know, introduce me as the owner. I'm just like everybody else, man. I just don't
That's a good way to manage.
I don't want to do it. I'd rather you guys call me the operations manager.
Yeah.
Whereas I don't want to be the owner, just because, I mean, I am, but I don't want people to just sit here and look at it and look at me differently or treat me a little bit differently because I have owner to it.
Yeah.
so.
That's cool. Do you have some like key employees that are like managers?
I
Shift
have
leads?
managers. I did have an employee that was there for 3 years, but the dude was just a knucklehead, so I had to get rid of him. But yeah, I got people that are managers, and then we have shift leads, and everybody else is an employee.
And some pretty good managers
Yes.
that take
Yep.
care of stuff when
Yep.
you're gone.
Yep.
Like right now, I'm guessing that's who's calling you.
Yep. And just asking me what to do, because I told
That's
him,
cool.
you know, I'll be back shortly, but you know, it's just one of those things where this is happening, that's happening, that's happening.
Are they pretty engaged in the business?
Yep. We have meetings once a week.
Oh, cool.
So they have to tell me the numbers and look at the numbers. They do the schedule. They do the ordering. You know,
cool.
and they do payroll for their store. So they do payroll. Then obviously I finalize it or whatnot. But yeah,
Oh, that's gone. Do you? So, and when you were running Rita's, did you ever like co-mingle the employees, or do you just have specific ones?
Yeah, absolutely. So for like we have Christmas parties. So for Christmas, every Christmas, I'll rent out the bowling alley, and we'll get a couple lanes, and then we'll just have Rita's Duck Donuts. And
Oh, cool.
We'll have a bowling competition, and who gets to keep the trophy and bragging rights and stuff like that. And we'll get pizza or whatever, because not all of them are old enough to drink. And I'll just $5,000. Here you go, rent the place out. Here goes food for $1,000. Once you run up that tab, you guys pay for your own stuff after that.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And then we do like a secret Santa, don't tell nobody who got what kind of gift exchange.
Did you
or
pull
something like
that from Dairy Queen? Kind of what they
definitely
did,
did.
like the
Absolutely.
culture piece, like
Yep.
how they keep people happy and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. I try to do a Christmas party, and we got a bonus program and stuff like that. The only thing I don't do is give benefits.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
I do if they want to take a drug test, but a lot of them be like,
really, so you'll give them benefits if they take drug
Well,
tests?
I'll give like workman's comp and benefits, but if you hurt yourself while you're working, you got to take a drug test. If you pass it, great. If you don't, then now I got to fire you. So you sure you want to take it?
Yeah.
But I'm sure half of them,
Yeah. So you were just on the phone, and I just realized I wanted to ask this question. So DoorDash and like delivery, how has that changed like the whole? Because you were in Dairy Queen, so you understand. They're probably using DoorDash at every place.
Yeah, I've seen people DoorDash some of the craziest things. So, like somebody will DoorDash one donut.
Yeah,
like,
it's so expensive.
Wait. So the donuts already $2.30. So you're gonna DoorDash a $2.30 donut where you can just come get it, but now you're paying an extra $50 in DoorDash fees or something like that, right?
Yeah. Do you see like uptick in like revenue and stuff?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because of DoorDash.
Yeah, DoorDash brings me at least $400 an hour. Yep.
$400 an hour.
At least, yeah.
So DoorDash is it's crazy because I look at it like DoorDash's business model. I don't know how long it's going to sustain.
Me neither.
Because the drivers don't get paid enough.
No.
DoorDash doesn't take enough to even make profit. Like they just lose money every single quarter.
Okay.
And then obviously like the stores like, do you pay anything to DoorDash? Do they take money from you? Don't they?
They take money from me, but not,
percentage.
Not a lot. Like I want to say like 10%, maybe 7%.
Okay.
Yeah, not.
Yeah.
not
See,
a
I don't see how they're making money, but it's cool that they like it. It works. I mean, while it works.
Hey, I feel like we're gonna go back to just delivery only here in a minute anyway. With everything going
Yeah,
on, I definitely
I can see
feel like
that.
that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So I'm getting geared towards that anyway.
Really?
And I'm getting self-service kiosks, because I feel like a lot of people pay with their cards. So to eliminate, I mean, and I hate to say it, to eliminate that cash register person.
Make it as well. I think people. This is my thought: is people don't really want to talk to people.
No, not now.
They want to
No.
just like go and do their own thing. They want to
Get what they
their
got to
donuts
get and
then
call it a
leave.
day. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you could get it as frictionless as possible, where they can just come in, grab their shit, and then go.
We're
I think
smooth
that's
sailing.
what made DoorDash, because even like you think about Chipotle and their app, like you can order it and then go pick it up, and a lot of people do that because they
Yeah.
just don't want to have to stand in line and talk to people.
and talk to people or whatever.
I don't know why, but
yeah, I like to talk to people. I'd rather go pick up my food. I mean, I'll sit at the bar. I go to bars by myself. I'll go bowling by myself. Anything like that. I'll just make a friend while I'm there.
So I actually hate talking to people, so I'm just gonna point that out. I
Yeah.
don't know why. Like I like talking to people when I can get into like an actual engaging conversation,
Right.
but when it's small talk, I just cannot. I don't see a point in it. So like if I go to the grocery store, I don't care how many groceries I have, I'm going to self checkout. Like,
Yeah.
I do not want it. And plus also there's this thing where it's like I don't like dealing with incompetent people, and sometimes you deal with like people where it's like, come on, man, this is pretty easy.
Not
Why is
everybody
this
knows
taking-
common sense, brother.
Yeah, so I know that if I check myself out, that there's not going to be any wasted time
Right.
trying to figure stuff out. So it's kind of, I don't know. I can see you. That's why I can see why people want it frictionless. They just want to be able to come, click a couple buttons, grab their stuff, and then leave.
Right.
Like even Amazon's coming out with those grocery stores where you don't have to check out. Like you literally just put it in your basket and then leave the store, and it will charge your card on the way out.
What? But how do they know what you got?
So they use facial recognition, and they can see you grabbing it off, and they use a weighted system so they know what you grabbed.
What?
And then
That's
it will
crazy.
charge your Prime card on the way out, like just like Amazon, you know.
Right.
So you can just like leave, go put it in your car, and there's no checkout process. I don't think they have a couple stores, but I don't think it's taken off at least not yet.
Not yet.
Because they
Right.
got into Whole Foods like right around the time where they're building these like they're called like fresh, like Go Fresh or something like that.
Okay. No, I do a lot of I mean, again, I'm not home a lot, so I'm getting on that Hello Fresh kick.
Oh wow.
But that thing's pretty cool, man.
That's where you cook your own food, though, right?
They send it to you.
They
though.
send the whole package.
You pick your meals, and they send you the whole ingredients for every meal that you have, and you can get it for 3 days, a week, or whatever.
How much does that cost?
Like $150 to $200, depending on what you get.
How many meals? Like,
I get 7.
so you get 7 meals.
Yep.
Have you been doing that for a while?
I just started doing that this month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it's cheaper for me to just go out to eat, but also I find out when I go out to eat, I might have a drink or 3, and now my bill's like $70 for that day.
Yeah, yeah. So it's not cheaper.
So when you think about it, like if I drink, then it's not cheaper. But if I just go and get a burger and water,
Yeah.
it's cheaper. Mm-hmm. So, but when I go, I just go to talk to people. Now I'm just having a beer, and then all of a sudden that beer turns into 2 beers, and now all of a sudden you're like, damn, here goes $100 for, 2 hours.
Yeah, yeah.
Nah. So now
So
know
you do
just-
Hello Fresh, and they just send you. You pick your meals.
Yep.
You pick 7 meals.
Yep.
And then they send it to you. And how much is it? I'm just trying to figure out per meal. how
Like I
much
said, it depends on, like, if I want steak, it's gonna be more. But if
yeah,
I just do
obviously,
chicken
yeah.
and potatoes,
Yep.
it's gonna be a little bit less. So it all depends on what you get. But I'm paying no more than, I would say, $2.25.
Are they
delivery fees?
Are
and
they
everything.
all separate? So like each one is a separate.
Well, everything comes in a box, but it's individually bagged.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they put all your veggies in one bag, they put all your meat in one bag, and then they give you the recipe card of stuff that you pick, so you can literally follow the recipe and cook it,
Mm-hmm.
or you can cook it however you want. But you follow their recipe, and
And it's pretty good.
I think so. From the stuff I pick, it's pretty good. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to try that. That actually
Yeah.
sounds really cool.
Yeah, I mean, try it out.
So, get back to. I'm just curious about DoorDash, and did the old owner already have it set up?
Yep, it was all there. We basically just transferred everything.
Do you have an account like representative at DoorDash
Yep.
that you talk to?
Yep, I have somebody who just works with me or whatnot, but if that person is there, obviously you talk to somebody else.
And you just like go on and you turn it on and off, like if you're open or closed, or
Yep. So like,
So I heard you call somebody
Yeah,
like turn
so-
the online off.
yeah, so we have online ordering, which is called Olo, online ordering, and then we have DoorDash. So the online ordering is where people put their order, like say like if you want to order something right now, but you want it for Monday, so you can put it in for Monday, and then you go in every day. That manager comes in and checks to see how many online orders we have, and then DoorDash just comes in as it's taken. So if you put in an order for 8 o'clock, if you put in an order at 8 and it's not ready to be picked up till 8:45, we won't get that order till like 8:10 or
Okay.
8:15. So we
Yeah.
got that enough time for it to get done, and then we just sit it on the counter for DoorDash.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's really cool. Yeah,
Yep.
I've just always been curious about DoorDash and how it's changed, because I just noticed like McDonald's started doing delivery with Uber Eats like a long time ago, and obviously like they what is it? I saw Bite Squad a while ago, like 6 years ago, as I
Right.
started seeing them pop up, and then I saw that McDonald's started doing delivery through Uber Eats, but then as soon as the pandemic hit, it's like every place turned over to just like
Yeah,
you can
absolutely.
get
I mean,
anything.
It's
online.
easy though. So
Do you do interviews? Like how quickly would you get back to these people? And what's like the funnel like on Indeed? Like you do 7 interviews.
yep. So if I do 7 interviews, I get back to them right away. I mean, it's just half of them I do an interview through Indeed. I'll ask them a couple questions, and then I'm just like, all right, cool. Otherwise, it's like, hey, I do a Zoom. Zoom is really cool now, so we can do that. Or most of the kids have iPhones, so we just FaceTime right then and there,
wow.
just so they can get a feel for me. Then I'm like, okay, well, you can tell cool on the phone, but let's meet in person. So you come to the store, you meet me in person, and then if you still like who I am in person, give you a job, man. I need weekend workers more than I need anything, so I hire everybody for the weekend.
So anybody out there that's looking for a job,
Yeah.
weekends, what
here.
are the hours?
So on the weekends we're looking at 7 to 8 at the mall, and then on Woodbury looking at 7 to 7.
7 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Yep.
And then 7 to 7 in Woodbury.
In Woodbury, yep.
And okay, so which one are you hiring more for? Woodbury.
Woodbury, then the Mall of America, yeah.
Okay, so anybody in Woodbury out there looking for a job, or anybody have any kids that are
Let's
looking for a
go.
job?
Yeah. Oh, you get to make donuts and you get to eat
14
free
and
donuts.
up you hire, or what's
Yeah,
the age?
absolutely 14.
Okay.
I hire at 14.
Okay, cool.
But if you hire at 14, all they can do is take orders and top donuts. They
Right,
can't.
really? That's
they
the law?
can't touch fryers or go anywhere near the
I
fryer
guess
or
that
anything.
makes sense.
Yeah. So they can only take orders and top donuts.
So you said that what are the perks? The free donuts?
You get free donuts. I mean, you get a cool boss.
Yeah,
and,
really cool boss.
I mean, I'm pretty flexible, so there's always perks. man.
What's the wage? Starting wage, is it 15?
If you're 14, no.
No.
Yeah. Starting wage is like 10,
Okay.
but you're 14.
Yeah.
When
You're
once
not
you
frying anything.
yeah. So you're not.
making
All you're
donuts.
doing is taking orders and topping donuts. So you
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know unless you.
But
like,
otherwise, 15. Is
15.
it 15?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Cool. So let me see if I have any other questions. We're done on the questions in here.
Okay.
So when you switched over to, you hopped into Duck Donuts.
Yep.
And you had the Ritas.
Yep.
And then Ritas, within a year and a half, you sold the Ritas.
See you later. Yeah.
Do you keep in touch with any employees, or
I did let them.
did you pull any over to your Duck
No,
Donuts?
because most of them because Rita's was right there, and most of them still lived in Egan, so most of them biked. So I did tell the new people that here goes a list of everybody who I had working. If you want to call them back, great. I'm sure they'll be here, but I don't really keep in touch with them. There's one kid, Levi, who I keep in touch with because he was one of my best workers.
The person who bought it, are they experienced in like franchising or anything?
They're just a young couple who was like,
Looking for anything?
yeah, right,
Really?
yep, young couple who was just trying to buy something.
That's really cool. So we'll close it here because I know you got a lot going on.
Yeah,
What the last question here, or what I want you to do is anything that, like, basically give the viewers, if somebody was watching this, like, give them one last thing. Like, leave them with something. Like, what would you say to somebody watching this? Maybe another entrepreneur, somebody looking to get into business?
honestly, man, I mean, I keep being repetitive. Just don't be scared. Take that leap. Don't be scared, man. If you got a gut feeling and it's telling you should do something, do it. The worst that can happen is you have to start over. It's okay to start over. It's okay to start over, man. I mean, relationship-wise, anything-wise, it's okay to start over, It's okay to break up and start over. It's okay to move back in with your parents and start over. It is okay to just start over if you don't, take that leap, and if it don't work out,
Try to do something.
try it, man. You don't know until you try.
Yeah.
You don't know until you try, man. So I'll leave you with that and just say, don't be scared, man. Fear is not a factor.
Yeah. It lies. That's why I said fear is just a lie. Fear is not a fact.
You see, you got that.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming.
Yeah,
on the
appreciate
show,
you, man. Thank you for having me.
So this was Tea Time with Tony, where we sit down, we interview interesting people. That is how I'm going to close it. So there you go. I'm
Absolutely.
still working on an
Yeah,
outro.
no worries, man. No worries.